Hi everybody, welcome to these games. Today we're going over my Nintendo 64 collection, a system that I've been waiting to do a review for a long time now. So let's go and get into it. Starting off with the first game, Toy Story 2. Now this game right here was kind of a childhood game that I just played. I never got past Andy's, like the second level where you outside in Andy's yard. I got past the first level. It kind of showing you like tutorial, the basics, how to move around with Buzz, his simple attacks, jump mechanics, and all that type stuff. Simple platforming you'll be doing in the game. But this is a good adventure game, especially the good movie tie-in game that they had back in the days. Yeah, so I'm a big Toy Story fan. This is a good game right here to have right here in the collection. Up next, we have Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Now, my first time putting this game in, it kind of gave me kind of a Doom type feel to it, but it wasn't bad. I really didn't grow up on the Doom game, and when I saw the comparison made to Doom like this, I'm like, well, I'm a Star Wars fan, and they say this is like Doom, so kind of like two birds with one stone. So what's gonna hurt picking it up and trying it out? So yeah, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Next, we have WrestleMania 2000. Now, this game right here is the junior to WWF No Mercy. Everything No Mercy did well, what we all know and love it for. This came out before, and this kind of laid the foundation for that game. A good game in its own right, good road to WrestleMania mode, and tons and tons of replay value, character customization, just crazy. This is a good game right here. And up next, we have In the Zone 2000. Small basketball sport title. I decided to get some sports titles for the system. And 2000 seemed to be like a good sports title. Couldn't hurt to pick up one number on 199. So couldn't hurt to try that out. And up next, we have I know a lot of people played this game right here, Ready to Rumble Boxing. Now, this game right here, I think my first time actually playing this was on the Dreamcast, but once I found out that they had it on Nintendo 64, I had to get it. I had to get it. And I didn't know, like, it's a little cheat thing to it where the characters kind of actually move faster if you move them around with the analog instead of using the D-pad. So a lot of people that I played with didn't know that. So when I kind of noticed, I'm like, my character's kind of like running circles around them, and I'm using the analog, and they just trying to use the D-pad. So I was like, should I tell them? But I'm like, they'll catch on. But yeah, Ready to Rumble Boxing, good game. Up next, another boxing title, Knockout Kings 2002 with Muhammad Ali on the cover. Now, good game right here. I wouldn't say this is better than Ready to Rumble Boxing, but it's a good pickup, realistic with licensed, boxers up in it. If you want to have like a licensed boxing game, this would be a good game right here. And up next, now y'all probably won't be able to tell what it is by the case, but this is how I bought it, and this game's kind of hard to, not gonna say hard to do, but it's getting up there in price. And this is BanjoKazooie, if you couldn't tell by the damaged label, but yeah, this is BanjoKazooie, a good platforming game, kind of put people in the mind of Super Mario 64 with its platforming and semi-open worldness. So yeah, this game in Super Mario 64 kind of pushed the console for the N64 around the time with the open world levels design. So I had to get this, even though the condition that it was in, it was just a game I couldn't pass up on. I had to get it. And still looking for BanjoKazooie. And up next, we have WWF No Mercy. Now, this game right here is the king of all kings on the Nintendo 64 when it comes down to the wrestling games. Now, you've seen WrestleMania 2000, WWF No Mercy, the pinnacle of all wrestling games, from the branching storylines, from the ladder matches, cage matches, Royal Rumbles, character customization, WWE Shop, Like, man, this game right here, a lot of content for its time. And then with the modern community now, they just going to town on it with AEW mods, TNA mods, New Japan Wrestling mods. It's just, if they don't remake this game, which I don't think they're gonna do due to licensing issues and due to it not being WWF no more, probably WWE No Mercy, but this is a game that I think really need to remaster, not a remake, a remaster, in my opinion. So yeah. And up next, if the WWF side won your cup of tea growing up, WCW NWO Revenge. Now, I recently just picked this game up, and I've been actually looking for this game for some quite time now. And when I finally found it, I don't know if it was a misprint on the cartridge, but it said for $5.99, and I know WCW NWO Revenge is going up for a little bit more than $5, but the guy, once I got it from him at the register, he's like, he's gonna honor the price that was on the label, because it actually was higher than it was on the label. So I kind of got this at a steal, and man, if WWF won your type of tea and NWO, you know what I'm saying, World Championship Wrestling your tea, bam, this is the WWF version / this is the WCW version of No Mercy, in my opinion. The only thing I can say it knocked against it is the entrance part. Like, they don't have like their full like custom theme music. They have like generic sound music when they come out. So when you hear the NWO, they don't have their traditional music. Hulk doesn't have Voodoo Child. You don't hear the NWO Wolfpack theme. Kevin Nash, when he come out, is just generic. But the gameplay make up for all of this. So WCW NWO Revenge. Man, y'all see this game, pick it up. And if y'all see it for $5.99, get it as soon as possible, because I don't think y'all will never catch it at that price. And up next, WCW Vs NWO World Tour. Now, just like I said, WrestleMania 2000 was the junior to WWF No Mercy. WCW Vs NWO World Tour is the junior to WCW No Mercy. WCW NWO Revenge. So this where the game started out at. Very simple game, very basic game mode, you know, and Revenge just doubled down on what World Tour had laid down for it. Good game, you know what I'm saying? Got some Japan wrestlers, different promotion wrestlers on this game. But if you want the full WCW experience, you gotta go with Revenge. And up next, I have NFL Blitz. Now, this football game, my first time playing it, it caught me completely off guard. I wasn't expecting once you get a tackle, they can power drive you, suplex you, go for another spear, go for another tackle, like after a dead ball. So it's kind of like, this is a fun arcade football game right here. Now, to all my real football players out there, like, I don't know, but I know me, I'm not a big, deep football player like that. This game right here, I can pop in like for a good 30, maybe 45 minutes, playing a couple matches and just, you know, kill time with, you know what I'm saying? Not nothing serious like a Madden or anything like that, but just a good arcade football game to play. Up next, for my shooters out there, we have 007 GoldenEye. Now, this game right here revolutionized the multiplayer couch co-op in ways that I don't think can be pushed no further in today's shooting with, you know, Wi-Fi connectivity. But this game right here started a lot of arguments, started a lot of fights, a lot of friendships messed up over it. Can't be screen watching, you know, like before Call of Duty, before the Fortnites of the world. Like, GoldenEye was the multiplayer game to play. Like, GoldenEye was a split screen game to play. And how they doing it with the Switch, man, y'all can have the graphics and all that type stuff, but I'd rather play it how it was intended to be played, you know, 4 people over, you know what I'm saying, have a good time. Still a great game. Never seen the movie, but played the game, like, religiously. Don't know, you know what I'm saying, all of the levels in and out. as you know some of my veteran 007 players would, but still a great game, and this is a game that you must have on your Nintendo 64. Up next, WWF Warzone. Now, this right here was after THQ and Aki had, before they were bought by WWF, Acclaim Sports was making the World Wrestling Federation video games, and Warzone was one of the products of that. Now, they weren't on the scale of WrestleMania 2000 or WWF No Mercy. They were very minuscule compared to those titles. So once Vince McMahon saw the opportunity to, you know, snatch AKI up off of the market from, you know, WCW, he took that chance, and everybody knows history and, you know, how that played out from there. But still a good game. Don't skip out on it if you see it. If you're a wrestle collector, you know, go on grab this. Ain't that cheap to get, under $5. So yeah. And then last but not least, I have Monopoly. Like I probably say I'm a good intermediate Monopoly player. I play it with my family a lot. It's a good, you know, good game. I wasn't expecting to have as much fun as I did with it. Now, to some of my people who play like the current Monopoly out on the current hardware, such as, you know, Monopoly Plus, you know, don't expect, you know, like the inner city working, you know, like this. A Nintendo 64 game. So the graphics going to be kind of scaled down, but all the rules are still still there. And if you want to add some nuance to it, like free parking pot, start off first row, you get to buy a property. It still has some of the same like little home rules in this game as it does in the newer title. But still a good game, still a good family game to play with friends over. And I like to go with some of the controllers that I had. I had the original Nintendo controller. Out of all of my controllers, this is the only licensed Nintendo controller that I have, and it is refurbished, as you can probably tell from the clear analog right there. And my other three are third-party Yobo controllers. I have a ruby red, a normal gray one, and I had to get a see-through variant. And I'm still gonna try my best to, you know, get more controllers, but I'm gonna stick at one console for the N64 and just build from here. Let me know down in the comments if you guys like what you saw. And like I always say, I appreciate you guys for being here, because you could spend your time somewhere else, but y'all spending it here with me. Until next time, you've been in D's Game Zone.